Welcome back, everybody. Rod J here with another Beer Venture review. Today we're going to take a look at one from Southern Tier. This is the IPA. Haven't reviewed this one before. Had it before a long time ago. I usually drink the 2X IPA, but want to take a look back at this one. I actually received this one in a variety pale pack. This is the one that came with the Finn and Mats and the 422 wheat ale. So we'll go ahead and revisit this beer here. This one actually is blended with 4 varieties of hops as well as 4 types of malts, as it tells you right there on the label. If you can see that there. And it comes in at an ABV of 7.3%. IBUs are at 60. Rate Beer actually gives this beer a 96 overall and a 94 for style. Beer Advocate has it at 86 for very good. And the Bros actually ranked this one at one time and they had it at 87. So best to serve in a shaker or a tulip. We're going to use a shaker glass. And it is an American IPA, Southern Tier Brewing. If you're not familiar with them, they're actually out of Lakewood, New York. So let's go ahead and pop this baby open. Hopefully everybody's having a good Friday night. Was able to get in a little bit of golf today. Sat on the deck, had a nice cigar, drank some other Southern Tier beers. So it's turning into a nice evening. So first look at the beer here. Doesn't pour out a lot of head. I'm using actually my Killian's glass. Haven't gotten one yet for Southern Tier. But about a finger of head pours out. Has that nice golden amber that you would expect an India Pale Ale. It is hazy. I do see some carbonation taking place, which is nice. Carbonation is a little lively, nothing great, but it's got some movement in there. Don't know if you can actually see any of the bubble action. Doesn't look like you can with some of the cloudiness taking place. The head itself is a little bit off-white, kind of a smooth type head. Looking at the lacing as I tilt the glass, does lace kind of nice on there as well. Not too bad. And you look at the head so far, it's not diminishing too quickly, so it is hanging in there. As far as any particles on the inside, not seeing anything in there, so looks like to be filtered and then put into the bottle, so good shape. Go and get an aroma. Now I'm getting some dankness from the hops. I mentioned that they talk about this one being hopped with 4 different ones. Doesn't mention the hops on the bottle. Getting a little bit of a slight citrus, a little bit of a grapefruit in there, maybe a little bit of a lemon, but it's not too strong of a aroma. Let's go to get a taste on it. The initial flavor of it is I'm going to say really a light to medium body, not too heavy, probably closer to a medium body. The duration of the finish is actually short, so it doesn't linger around too long. The initial flavor of it is that light bitterness, nothing too overly powering, which is actually surprising considering it's a 7.3 ABV, but it's not overly bitter. It's quite good on the mouthfeel itself. It's not too watery. It's quite sustainable. It's kind of a nice blended body and texture that you get with it as it sits on the tongue. So nothing too overly powerful. And as I mentioned, the carbonation, it's I guess I would kind of call it lively, but nothing too overly carbonated. Not really tasting any alcohol, which is actually great for an IPA of this ABV of 7.3. And then on the finish, you're not getting anything overly astringent. It's not making you pucker that much. So overall, it's a nice tasting beer. The head could have been a little bit better, but as far as an IPA, it does stack very well. I can see why Beer Advocate has it where it has it at a very good rate. Beer is a little higher than I would expect for an IPA, but if I'm going to rate this on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm definitely going to go probably a 3.5 on this one. A good IPA. Southern Tier puts out a good product. If you have them in your area, I definitely recommend giving them a shot. If you have this one that you see, give it a shot as well. Again, my favorite would be the 2X, but this is a good quality beer. Give it a 3.5. Like I said, you smell a little bit of the hops. That could be a little bit stronger. But as far as the taste, it's a really good taste for an IPA. If you're not a strong IPA drinker, but you want to try it out, this might be a good one to start with. Definitely one you can probably pair it with, a nice burger, pizza, things along those lines. It's not going to be too heavily bodied for that kind of stuff. So give it a shot. It's the Southern Tier IPA, 3.5 out of 5. Definitely worth it. And appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping in tonight. And I've had a few already, so I'm not going to overly talk. But cheers, and hope to see you next time.
The appetite is tremendous, so I'm gonna spin this track with some violence because they asked me to end this. Some trouble out of